Thank you very much.
What about Giuliani?
Here's Trump going into his New York court case today, and he comments on who will flip. The fact that the press is all asking, will Rudy Giuliani flip, tell you who they all really want. They really want Giuliani. He's the one that has everything they could possibly imagine on Trump.
Getting back to Congress, we think Mike Johnson's going to do really well. He's popular, he's smart, he's sharp, he's going to be fantastic. I think he's going to be a fantastic speaker.
We already went over Mike Johnson being Speaker of the House in the last video. Make sure you watch that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on one of these videos because Trump's backing us up. Here's the headline. Trump lawyers argue Senate impeachment acquittal means 2020 election interference case should be dismissed. This is with him appealing his Jack Smith case up in Washington, saying that because Trump's impeachment was acquitted, that you can't try him again on it because it's double jeopardy. In motions filed before midnight, lawyers of Trump invoked the First Amendment in arguing the judge should toss out the special counsel's case. He's going for the First Amendment. That means, he's aiming all this really at the Supreme Court. And I believe the Supreme Court will end up being what vindicates him.
Would you? I don't believe it because I've spoken to Mark Meadows many, many times over the years. And
here's Mark Meadows. Now, Trump is going to say that Mark Meadows believes that the election was false. But Mark Meadows, as part of his plea deal, will have to say that he believed it was true. And he actually says, of course it does. We're going to go over this real quick. About all these people being honest just because they took a plea deal. I think it puts everything in question that they had to take a plea deal. But here you go. Ex-Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, granted immunity, tells special counsel he warned Trump about 2020 claims. This is Mark Meadows. That's the ex-chief of staff, Mark Meadows right there. He's the one who flipped. Former President Trump's final chief of staff in the White House, Mark Meadows, had spoken with special counsel Jack Smith's team at least 3 times this year, including once before a federal grand jury, which came only after Smith granted Meadows immunity to testify under oath, according to sources familiar with the matter. So now all of these major players, and we'll get into Sidney Powell and Jenna Ellis too, they're all saying they believe the election was true.
He strongly believed the election was rigged. Now, of course, deranged Jack Smith and the prosecutors, they go after somebody for years, and they say, look, here's the story. We'll give you nothing. We'll erect a statue to you, or you're going to go to jail for 10 years for having done nothing wrong. So, a lot of people have to make that decision. Some people would never make that decision. Other people would. But Mark Meadows always felt it was rigged. The whole thing was.
If you're going to offer me, you can go to prison for 10 years, or you can say something that is believable. Like you could say, make you believe that the elections are secure. And by the way, it goes the other way too, is there's people making money off claiming that the election is illegitimate. They raise millions of dollars on it. It's not like their career is over. There's a tiny industry around it, and it's plenty to fund your campaign. So this goes both ways. It's do you hold to the truth, even if you're going to lose money and status, and even if you go to jail for 10 years. My sense is, Jenna Ellis is an honest person. If she believed the elections were legit, I don't think she would have taken the deal. That's my opinion of her. But, these shakedowns are so hardcore. The problem is you can't get at the truth. You cannot get at the truth. And that's my beef with this whole thing. Here's Trump attorney tries to cast Michael Cohen as liar in cross-examination live. This is another Trump's fix-it man, his hatchet man, was Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen turned on Trump. He was known as a criminal and a liar even before he turned on Trump. So that's the easiest one to dismiss. He's getting cross-examined. They're just calling him a liar. That's who he is. There's Michael Cohen. And then here's the New York Times. Jenna Ellis, former Trump lawyer, pleads guilty in Georgia election case. That's the scalp that we covered yesterday that Fani Willis got. And my sense is Jenna Ellis is a straight shooter. She really does believe the election was solid and true as you think it needs to be, and that the other lawyers, probably Rudy Giuliani and John Eastman, she believes she should have checked them out more and checked out their evidence more, because she has said since then that she hasn't seen evidence. So now that's Mark Meadows. That is Jenna Ellis. So far, the people that generally believe the election was true and secure, they're the ones that are turning the most on Trump, other than Sidney Powell, who has other reasons to flip on him. And all of them have a financial incentive, and all of them have a avoid 20 years of jail incentive. So you can't believe what any of them say. I know that's convenient to say, given I want to defend Trump. I'm only saying it's true. You can't look these people in the eye and not say they weren't purchased in some way and they were not offered an incredible deal to say this stuff. Georgia prosecutors are picking up cooperators in the Trump 2020 election case. Will it matter? I don't believe it will. Not unless they get Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani is the king ding dong they all want.
Thank you very much.
What about Giuliani?
You hear that? What about Rudy Giuliani? Now, Rudy Giuliani, if they get him to flip, he really does have everything that they could use on Trump. I mean, if it's not there in Rudy Giuliani's emails, it is not there and they don't have a case. And they can always construct something criminal going on in Rudy Giuliani's emails. That's how our government does it. And Fani Willis. And the news is that Mark Meadows has flipped. I'm Doug in exile.